you ever feel like time is slipping from you? Like you wake up and reluctantly turn your alarm off to roll over and get ready for your day, to do work you couldn't care less about. You then go home and all you want to do is sit and decompress. And suddenly, the day is over. Then you go to bed with this gut-wrenching feeling as if nothing meaningful got done. Our time is always being taken from us. But what if I told you that there's a way to reclaim your time? In this video, I will expose the thieves of our time, the hidden costs of wasted time, and how to reclaim what is most valuable to you. The thieves of our time. The average human lifespan is approximately 71 years. Out of those 71 years, the average human will spend about 26 of that sleeping, 13 years of that working, 5 years of that doing chores, and 4 years of that eating. These are activities that are necessary and largely unavoidable. However, the hidden thieves among these that we can affect are two factors that are often overlooked: mindless entertainment and unpassionate pursuits. Mindless entertainment can take up to 6.5 years of a person's life. Mindless entertainment consists of things such as watching TV, playing video games, and scrolling on social media. This isn't to say you should cut these things entirely out of your life, because sometimes it's nice to sit down and not have to think. However, spending too much time on these activities can lead to wasted years of your life. Every choice we make involves a trade-off. When you choose to do something, you are typically giving up something else in return. When you choose to spend an excessive amount of time on something mindless, you typically miss out on opportunities that you could have made for yourself, such as memories with your friends or family, or a skill that you could have taken the time to develop. Unpassionate pursuits have the potential to take up the remaining portion of your lifespan. Unpassionate pursuits are things we do solely out of routine or because we have to. These are things that typically don't align with your personal goals or values, yet we spend a lot of time on these activities anyways. These can be things such as pursuing an unwanted academic degree, following popular trends, or unfulfilling careers. People often feel like they have to pursue these things because of societal factors, family, or even financial considerations. When I was graduating high school, I was faced with this exact sort of pressure. My mother was pushing me to join the military, and initially, I was going to. I had talked to so many recruiters, and they had almost gotten me to enlist. However, I had spoken to one recruiter in particular. When I had spoken to him, he had asked me, why did I want to join? And at first, I couldn't give him an answer. Then he told me something that drastically changed the course of my life and inspired me to take control of it. He said, "It sounds like you're letting somebody else make life choices for you." This was one of the most sobering moments of my entire life. Make sure you live the life that you want, or else you'll be living a life that somebody else wants you to live. The hidden cost of wasted time. Newton's third law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This principle not only applies to the laws of physics, but also applies to what happens when you realize what it costs you when your time is taken from you. For every moment that passes when you are living a life that doesn't fulfill you or spending time on mindless activities, there will be this continual feeling of frustration, restlessness, and a clash between your inner desires and values. These continual feelings can lead you to experiencing a psychological state known as existential dissonance. Existential dissonance is a psychological state where there is a conflict between a person's actions and the deeper values, beliefs, or sense of purpose. When you realize that what you've been doing hasn't been authentic to you, it can bring along this psychological reaction. For instance, take Steve, a young man who felt trapped by his college courses, preventing him to pursue his true creative endeavors, which was technology. As he continued down a path that didn't truly align with his deeper desires, he began to felt this feeling of restlessness and frustration with himself and school. He knew that he was better than this, and he began to question himself, asking, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? He wasn't being true to himself, and he began to experience existential dissonance. At first, it wasn't obvious until he took some time to reflect on it. When he realized that he wasn't being true to himself, he used the negative feelings from existential dissonance to fuel him to follow his true desires. He dropped out of college and started his own tech company. This company went on to make millions of dollars and became one of the most well-known brands in the world. This man is none other than Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. Steve Jobs was on a path that so many of us don't realize until it's too late. He realized that he was wasting his time on things that didn't truly fulfill him. Just like Steve Jobs, just because you experience existential dissonance doesn't mean your life is over. It's not too late to reclaim your time, and allow me to give you the tools to do so. How to reclaim your time. To reclaim your time, you first need to do some self-reflection and find out which is taking up more of it. Mindless activities or unpassionate pursuits, or both. Entertainment in today's day and age is designed to keep you hooked for you to stay on the platform for longer. The longer you spend consuming mindless content, the less time you'll have for yourself, the people around you, or your goals. Mindless entertainment not only distracts you from your own personal growth, but it also keeps you stuck in unfulfilling routines. To break free from this never-ending cycle, it's important to set limits, focus on what's really important, and spend your newfound time learning a new skill or hobby. Ask yourself these 3 key questions. 1. How much time each day do you spend on entertainment? If you don't know how much time you spend, check your screen time on your phone or download apps such as Toggle or Opal. These are apps that track the time you spend on certain platforms, sending you a reminder to get off the platform and spend your time doing something else. When you see how much time you spend on these apps or activities, it can really put in perspective how much time you're really losing each day. 2. After engaging in these activities, do you feel empty or dissatisfied? Most of the time, after we spend hours scrolling on social media or binge watching TV, we can be left with this feeling of emptiness. While these activities offer a temporary escape, they often fail to address the underlying issue to why we go to them in the first place. The return to reality can sometimes be jarring, highlighting the gap between how we spend our time and what really fulfills us. 3. If you cut back on mindless entertainment, what meaningful activities could you do in the meantime? If you cut back on mindless entertainment, you can take the time to live life and enjoy all that it has to offer. You can spend that time with people that you care about or learn a new skill. Something that helps me stay off of mindless entertainment is to ask myself, why am I spending so much time consuming content when I could be creating it? This way of thinking helps me realize that I could be spending my time doing more productive things. Spending an excessive amount of time on mindless entertainment can feel good in the moment. However, it can feed directly into the trap of unpassionate pursuits. Excessive entertainment can interrupt your time for self-reflection and your time to explore new opportunities that align with your passions. To escape the time waste of unpassionate pursuits, it's going to require a little bit more self-reflection than mindless entertainment. Start by asking yourself these 3 additional questions. 1. How do I feel about my everyday job, activities, or commitments? Reflect on how you feel when you perform your everyday task. When you wake up, do you look forward to your day, or are there feelings of monotony and that you're just trying to get through the cycle? 2. Am I pursuing things that I'm truly passionate about? Do you genuinely care about what you're doing, or are you just going through the motions because you feel like you have to? Again, make sure you do the things that keep you happy, because we don't want to look back in life with regret and realize that we didn't do what we wanted to do. And 3, why am I doing these activities? Is it because I have to or because I want to? Explore the motivations behind your actions. Why are you doing what you're doing? Is it because of societal norms, family pressures, or financial necessity? These can be heavy pressures that we may not realize that we're facing. However, we have to make sure we evaluate and ensure that we're doing things that stay true to ourselves. Just remember to be responsible. Don't go and quit your job if you have bills to pay or cut off family members. Just begin to pivot your life in a direction that makes you happy. Answering these questions can help you understand where you're spending your time and help you turn your life in a direction that truly resonates with you. If you want a template with these questions and are ready to take a deeper dive into self-reflection, I've created a worksheet. This worksheet will guide you in forging a new, passionate path for yourself. The link to the worksheet is in the description below. We have to remember that our time is the most valuable thing we have in this life. And we have to make sure we can do all we can that we don't waste another single second of it. We have to focus on what's most important in order to help us reclaim our time. If you're having trouble focusing on your goals and want more tips on how to better focus, click this video right here.